My brand new Youtooz is available now! But that's not the only product I've done with them. This is actually the fourth, and we're gonna be going through every single one of them and checking them out. Starting with the first ever, which was my vinyl figure just called Top Pops. I was so excited when they said, do you want to create a figure? Because I had been looking at them and wanting one for years. At that point, I probably had about, I don't know, maybe 15 to 20 different ones in the collection. I had opened them up on the channel before, and then some of you were posting on my subreddit different concept arts of what I could look like. Youtooz noticed that, and they actually direct messaged me and was like, hey, do you want to start the process of making a figure? And of course I said yes. And so here is the cool thing. You can actually take the sleeve off, and there is the figure underneath. Some things that I really love about this figure is the amount of detail we put into the box. And if you take a look on the side here, it actually says, thanks for watching, click, which is something that I used to say in almost all of my videos. And if you take a look on the back here, it says, hi guys, Top Pops here. Today we're gonna be taking a look at my very own Youtooz. And if you watched that original video when it first released, this was actually a thing that we had in it as like a bit of a promo for the figure. It's Noah, my brother of course, delivering the Youtooz to me. And I was so excited when we got to do that. It was a lot of fun to film too. But now that's not all, everybody. When you open up the inside flap, check it out. It says, so let's get started. And now let's actually take the figure out of the box because there are some really nice details that I got to include when creating this one. One thing that I really enjoy is the crown with the little Youtooz eyes on top, almost like a bit of a, you know, an Easter egg. I'm also holding a smaller version of the figure. It's got my Top Pop sweater on that I'm wearing right now, and if you turn him around, he actually has a couple Youtooz inside of his backpack. Well, I have a couple Youtooz inside my backpack. He is me. Anyways, the point is, I've got Harambe, Do You Fart, and Doge. Three really funny ones that I am so glad that I was able to include, and because it was the first product ever, it's just so cool. Oh, and one thing that I almost forgot to mention on the inside of the box, my shelves, which I have behind me, were full of this figure here because, of course, I'm collecting myself. Now, the next product that I did with Youtooz wasn't another figure, it was actually a plush, and the one that I have here is the prototype when they first sent it over. Something you may know if you have this in your collection is that on the back side here, this is where the tag would be. It's a little pink one that says Youtooz, but because it is the prototype, this doesn't have it. I'm also just like a big fan of this one because very similar to the original figure, I did it so I'm almost like collecting myself. So it's me holding a smaller version of the plush. I thought it was such a neat idea, and I also love how it's one of the first plush to also get this golden color, which is so cool to have on it because it really does make it stand out from the rest. Oh, and speaking of outfits, I also love how I still have that Top Pop sweater on and the same shoes and shorts. Now, next up, we have a set of pins that I did with Youtooz, and this is a really cool thing because they actually put it into a nice display box. Very similar to the other products, it's also in that similar blue that I have on my hoodie, and if you take a look, it actually has two of the pins on the front, as well as all five in this nice window, and then when you flip it around, you can see there's kind of like, I don't know, the outline or silhouette of all of them. And if you want to take them out, all you have to do is slide this off, and it shows all five of the pins on the back. If you want to take a look there, that is the set. And now, let's open this thing up, and I don't know if I'm going to take them off of the actual card because it is a little bit tough to get them back, especially because they are in there nicely, but I'll show you this so you can see all five of them. It is just such a cool thing. I'm so glad that we were able to do this together. It's got my dog Bailey with a little TP on the collar. We've got my grandpa in a train. Hey guys, Top Pops here, speech bubble. We also have just like the Top Pops logo with a crown, and then me popping out of a box. I can never choose which one's my favorite because they all really look amazing, but if you had to take one, which would you go for? Honestly, looking at them here, probably Bailey or my grandpa. They're definitely my top two. And now, everybody, of course, we have to get into the brand new figure that is releasing today. It's out as you're watching this video. Of course, that is Figure Hunting Top Pops. And if you didn't notice, this one here actually comes inside of a protector, and that's with all brand new Youtooz. Originally, they didn't, but that is a new thing that they've been doing. So if you buy it, it'll come in nice condition because, of course, it's protected. And so, let's take this out of the box and check it out a little bit closer up. Also, something you may have noticed that is newer, and it wasn't on the last figures, that they actually have a window on the sleeve so you can see inside before you open it up. It's really neat that they're able to do that, so that way if it's on like a shelf at a store or something, it's a little bit more obvious where the actual character is. And I love the new colors for this one with the purple and pink, but I also really enjoy the nod to the original box, which I can actually show you here. Yeah, look at that. It has that that original storefront behind it. So if you have that original, you can kind of put them next to each other and make it look like the store continues. But now, getting into the actual figures box here, I want to show you the outside of it, of course, before we open this up, because take a look at this. There's a bunch of figures in the background there, like I'm collecting more Youtooz and other collectibles, of course. And now, taking a look on the back, I included my brother again. It's like I'm at the store purchasing some, and you can see there he is behind the cash. I've got some money coming out of my wallet like I'm about to buy something, and I love the quote on this one too. It says, "Hold on a second, what's going on here? Are we back for Youtooz time?" Because for a while, every time I would open up a Youtooz, I would say, we gotta do it again today. It's Youtooz time! I don't know why I did it, but I always did. Oh, and I don't know if you noticed, but the side actually continues over with more boxes. It's really well done. Oh, and you know what? I'm learning stuff about the box, because if you take a look, there's a little red one down there. And if you've collected Youtooz for a while, you'd know who that is. Alrighty, everybody, here we go. And on the inside, that's what it says. There's also some more figures here, and the way that they did it is almost supposed to be like, you know, there's figures there, but you don't exactly know who it is, except for that one. And oh, you know what? It shows up a few more times on here. Do you guys see who I'm talking about? The one in the red box. Anyways, though, let's actually get into this by taking it out of the box. And again, there is a bunch more on the inside if you'd like to see that there. It is really cool, the amount that they put too. But now here we are. Let's see, taking the insert off. This is just so amazing. It's crazy how they were able to take that original figure and make it even better. Some things that I really do love about this one is that I'm wearing a similar outfit, but I don't have those red shoes that I had from the original figure. So I asked if we could throw the Crocs on here, and they said, of course. So there they are, the green ones I'm always wearing. You may even see them in the videos sometimes, because when I'm walking around at the mall or maybe at a Comic-Con or something, they tend to poke in a little bit, and I need to get a new pair soon. I've almost got a hole through the bottom. Crocs, if you want to hook me up, I'd talk about them. But anyways, this, again, getting back to the figure here, is crazy because I'm always buying a bunch of figures. And so when you take a look at this one here, this bag is full of characters, and on this side, you'll notice there's so many inside that it actually broke open. I really do love it. And also the way that they did it with kind of like a silhouette on them as well, it is really cool. And something that I've just noticed now is that oh yeah, Youtooz, this is some great detail. Look at this. It's almost like they just took the sleeves off of the back of the other ones, and it's the exact same color. So if you had that original figure, it's almost like a continuation. It is so cool to see this all together. And something else that I really enjoy is that on the sweater this time, it actually has little strings like, you know, on an actual hoodie. And in my opinion, I think this is just like such an upgraded version of it as well, because the face is a bit of a nicer color. I also really like, you know, the kind of glossy on the eyes, the mouth printing, and the hat is the exact one that I'm wearing right now. And something that I think is really cool about it too is that you see on the back here, there's always like a little bit of hair that sticks out of here. They were even able to include it on the figure. Do you see what I'm talking about? It's sticking out a bit. And so if you're gonna be picking one of these up, or maybe I've already picked one up while watching this video, thank you so much, because I think it's so cool to see me in with the rest of your collection. It's just a really cool way to collect the collector. And oh, you know what? Before we get out of here, I have a couple concept arts of other figures that we were planning on doing, but they just never happened. I thought if you made it to the end of the video, you're probably a true fan. So hey, let's actually check these out together, because there is some cool stuff that just couldn't happen. So over the last year or so, we've really been working on this product. And the first one I want to show you here is this, the original Top Pops V2. It was a little bit more like the original one, but the idea was that the outside of this figure was actually going to be vinyl, but then it got way too big and I'm sure too expensive, so that's why it just never happened. I thought it was a funny joke where like the vinyl figure was stuck inside of the box and you couldn't take it out. Of course, there would be a normal box on the outside, but like just a little bit smaller would be a vinyl version of that exact same box, and it would look like he's trying to break out of it. So yeah, like I said, just something that wasn't able to happen because of course it got a little bit too big. But then the next version of the figure that we tried, and again it got a little bit interesting, was the unboxing Top Pops. It's me sitting at the exact same table that I'm at right now, and I've got the nice hat on, the exact same outfit, and I've got a bunch of Youtooz boxes. With this one here again, it was just a little bit too complicated with the table and the amount of boxes on it. We even got up to this here with less boxes, but it just, I don't know, there was something about it. And so we finally landed on figure hunting hunting top pops. Such an amazing thing, and something that I've been doing on the channel for, I would say over a decade. Look, I don't know if it's exactly a decade, but I've been on the channel figure hunting for a long time, so this I felt like was a perfect way to do it. It went through a lot of different versions, and I hope you guys enjoy. But anyways, that is pretty much gonna do it for today. If you want to see more from me in the future, don't forget to hit like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow!